What is up, YouTubers? This is Deveney from DeveneyInteractive, the hippest mom in all of YouTube. Bringing you today a domination gameplay that happened this weekend in my open lobby. It's probably one of the biggest comebacks I've ever seen in my life because we were up against another team and they were pretty much kicking our arse. Well, actually, they did kick my arse because I did not go positive. But I did want to show because my subscribers had some really awesome skills because we had some really fantastic players in my open lobby. I mean, I was just blown away. DizzySoldier, he actually got a MOAB on this one. Is it MOAB or is it MOAB? I'm never sure exactly how to say that, but I was just blown away and I had to include it. Fisher Lee was with us, who happens to be my son, and we had Brandon J come hang out with us for a little while. And we had Corey Darts, who happens to be from Australia. Oh my God, I was blown away that somebody from Australia actually joined my open lobby. I mean, I had such a ball and I had such a blast. It blew my mind, and I can't wait to do another one. So as promised, I did say that I was thinking of starting a mail series of questions that could be answered from like a wife's or a mom's point of view. I got a few questions. Most of them were fairly basic though, like what's your favorite color, pink, and things of that nature. I did pick two though, because some of them I wasn't exactly sure if they were really serious. So I picked two that I thought might be serious. So here I go. Let me start with the first one. Dear Deveney, I wanted to get your advice on how to talk to my dad. My dad is very tough and into sports in a big way. He pushes me to be in sports, and I do sports to make him happy. I am not really into sports the way he is. My dad was a superstar in school, and I am just an average person. I am into computers and gaming, and that is where my passion is. But when I suck at sports, I feel like I have let my dad down. How do I talk to my dad? This is a very interesting question because it draws very close to things that I experience in my own adult life. My husband, he was into sports in a big way. He had a father that kind of pushed him into sports though, to where sports became not fun anymore. And so he didn't want to push sports onto our own children. He didn't want to jam it down their throat. My oldest son, he's really into sports. He loves sports. We don't have to push him too terribly much to do sports. My youngest one, on the other hand, he is an enigma. He will complain and bitch and moan every single day he has to go to practice because he hates practice. Once he gets there, though, he has a ton of fun. So, it gets kind of annoying from my point of view that I always have to fight him to get there. But once he gets there, he enjoys it. So my question to you would be, do you enjoy sports? Just a little. Is it the practices that you hate, or is it the thought that you think that maybe you suck, and then therefore, since you're not a superstar like your dad, that you are not living up to his expectations? Because if that is the case, then I promise you there is not a dad in this world that is going to expect you to live up to their superstardom. And I'll be the first one to tell you that their idea of superstardom and Michael Jordan's idea of superstardom is two totally different views of superstardom. So if you keep it in perspective, I can guarantee you that there is not a dad on this planet that will say, oh, you suck, you got to do better. Dads are kind of like coaches. They do tend to point out more of their faults than we enjoy. But the thing that you have to remember is that maybe sports is the only way in which he can relate to you. That is what he knows. That is what he's comfortable with. Maybe he doesn't understand computers and gaming, and it seems trivial to him. My advice would be to make a very conscious effort to show him, hey, this is a legitimate passion. Show your dad what you can do with computers and gaming. If you sat down and showed your dad playing a game and you're being beast and everything, his first reaction might be, oh man, that's not so hard. Then let him try it. He would learn very quickly that it's not as easy as it looks. I promise you, I'm an old fart trying to learn how to play this game too. And it's not as easy as it looks. Show him. Most men and most older people are very visual learners. Show him how passionate you can be about computers and gaming. And if you show him that passion and say, I'm just so much better at this than I am at sports, I promise you that there would be a compromise somewhere. Did you see that, MOAB? Man, that was awesome. Ooh, DizzySoldier is the bomb. It at least hope that pointed you in the right direction. And let me know how it works out. If you have any more questions, just feel free to shoot me a line. I will try to help you better if I didn't do it right this time. My next question is, oh my God, this one's going to get personal. Dear Deveney, what are your thoughts on food in the bedroom? I've never done it, but it has come up in my recent conversations with my love. Have you ever used foods? What kind of foods is there to use? Which would you recommend? I would love a wife's point of view because I can't really talk about this with anyone of a wiser age. My first thought when I read that, what are your thoughts on food in the bedroom? I was thinking totally of my kids because they know better than to bring food into their bedroom. And then as I read on through that, I was like, this is personal. So I have to put a lot of thought into this. My first reaction would be, it would depend on exactly how old you are. Because the response that I would give to my own teenage sons and the response that I would give to someone, say, in college or older are two totally different responses. If you are a teenager, my response would be, you need to learn how to have those interpersonal relationships first before you go getting all freaky. I mean, and that's just a heartfelt mom telling you right there. You should not worry about the freaky and kinky stuff until you actually understand what a real relationship is. Because, you know, it's a very important time in your life, and you should learn how to cuddle first before you run out to do the freaky and the stuff like that. If you're in college, that's another conversation. My response to that would be, that is the time in your life where you're supposed to experiment. That was a time in my life that I experimented much more than I'm ever going to tell anybody on YouTube. But it's a natural progression. It's a natural rite of passage to experiment in college. So there are, thinking back to the question, they are the normal things that people use. They are whipped cream and brown sugar and things of that nature. But the most important thing would be the communication before that episode actually took place. You would need to find out how comfortable she is with different things. Some women are just true freaks and anything goes. There's no holds barred. You need to have that conversation with her. I'm thinking this. What are your thoughts on that? And you need to have that interaction first. And do not be surprised if the first time you ever do it, especially if it's the first time she's ever done it, that you kind of got some moments going on where, okay, well, we tried that, and it was nothing like 9.5 weeks. So it's kind of difficult. Oh my goodness gracious. So that would be my response. Get the interaction going first if you're old enough to do it. And if you're not, learn how to have a relationship first. So I'm still laughing. Okay, the gameplay is wrapping up. So once again, I do want to give a shout out to DizzySoldier and Brandon J and Curry Darts who hung out with me, and Ninja. He was there with us for a little while in my open lobby. So that was I had such a great time with that. And I really wanted to do PlayStation 3 and Xbox, but then I realized Sunday is probably not the bestest time of the week for me to try and do that, because my kids were totally bugging me that they wanted to play. So I might have to change the days on the open lobbies, but I definitely want to get some more going. So I definitely want to thank everybody who came by. I do appreciate it. And leave a comment. Don't forget your questions. Make sure that you leave questions. Send me some questions, because I will give you my point of view on it. May not be the right point of view, but I will give you a point of view on it. So thank you once again for listening. I do appreciate it. And just watch this final kill cam that I got, even though I didn't run positive. Yep, I did it. I got a headshot. Oh my goodness gracious. Bestest comeback ever. They were totally kicking our arses, and we totally came back thanks to DizzySoldier. Alright, if you liked it, please give it a like, give it a favorite, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Every little bit helps, and I thank you. Have a great day.